Success isn't just about money, fame, or titles. It's about who you become in the process. In this powerful and eye-opening video, a wise man shares the hard-earned truths about real success, stories, lessons, and reflections that will inspire you to rethink what truly matters. If you're feeling stuck, lost, or overwhelmed by the noise of life, this message is for you. Watch until the end for a perspective that could change the way you live forever. Like, subscribe, and comment below. What does success mean to you? Let's grow together. Everyone wants to be successful, but very few stop to ask, what does success really mean? We chase after it like it's something outside of us. Money, applause, achievements. But let me tell you a secret. I've met people with everything, and yet they had nothing inside. And I've met people with almost nothing, but a fire in their heart and peace in their soul. So I ask you, what are you chasing? When I was young, I thought success meant being recognized. I worked harder than anyone. I said yes to everything. I chased the next promotion, the next applause. And you know what I found? The ladder I climbed so quickly was leaning on the wrong wall. I had reached a place that didn't feed my spirit. I was admired by others, but barely recognized myself. That's when I learned success isn't a destination. It's a direction, a way of living. You want to be really successful? Then become someone you respect. Not someone the world applauds, but someone you can look in the mirror and smile at. The kind of person who keeps their word, who speaks gently even when angry, who does what's right even when no one's watching. Because real success isn't loud. It's quiet. It's in the choices you make when no one sees. Let me tell you a story, one I carry in my heart. There was once a farmer named Arjun who lived in a remote village at the edge of a forest. He owned a small piece of land, nothing extravagant, but he treated it as if it were sacred. Every morning before sunrise, Arjun would wake up, whisper a prayer of gratitude, and walk barefoot across the dew-covered grass to his field. He tilled the soil with his own hands, not out of poverty, but out of love. He believed the earth listened. He planted his crops, not for profit, but with intention, growing only what the village needed. And every afternoon, no matter how busy the day was, he would leave a bowl of rice near a stone under a tree, a gift for the forest animals. "If I eat and they starve," he once told me, "what kind of success is that?" Now, Arjun wasn't a man of many words. He didn't wear fancy clothes or have a large house. But the villagers came to him for guidance. Even the children would sit around him in the evenings just to listen. He had no formal education, but his presence taught more than books ever could. One time, a young man from the city came to visit. He asked Arjun, "Why don't you expand your farm? Sell more crops? Make more money? You could be rich." Arjun smiled and said, "And then what?" "Then you can rest, enjoy life." And Arjun chuckled, "But I already rest, I already enjoy, I have peace. Why should I trade that for pressure?" The young man had no answer, because Arjun had what so many people search a lifetime for, inner success. Years later, Arjun passed away quietly in his sleep. No headlines, no statues, but during his funeral, the entire village, hundreds of people, gathered in silence. They didn't cry for what was lost. They gave thanks for what they had gained through him. His legacy wasn't wealth, it was wisdom, peace, simplicity. That is real success. So I ask you again, what does success mean to you? Is it just a bank balance? Or is it the way your child looks at you with trust? The way your heart feels when you have helped someone without being asked? The calm that comes from knowing you didn't betray your values, even when life pushed hard? If you want to walk the path of real success, here are 3 things I've learned along the way. First, slow down. Busyness is not a badge of honor. Reflect. Pause. Listen to your inner voice. Sometimes the greatest insights come in the silence. Second, serve. Success isn't about you. It's about how much better the world becomes because you were in it. Help without expectation. Give with joy. And third, be consistent, not perfect. Consistent. Anyone can be great once in a while, but those who keep showing up with humility, integrity, and love, they are the truly successful. The world may never clap for you. You may not trend or go viral, but if your heart is full, if your soul is at peace, if you've lived with purpose, with kindness, with courage, then my friend, you are already successful. That is real success. But there's more to Arjun's story. Arjun once took in a stray boy who had been abandoned by his own family. No one in the village wanted the responsibility. The boy was wild, angry, full of hurt. He'd steal from the market, shout at the elders, sleep under trees like an animal. People said he was a curse. But Arjun Hamayim, he saw something different. He brought the boy home, gave him food, but not just food, dignity. He made him work in the fields, side by side, in silence, and slowly the boy changed. Not because he was scolded, but because he was seen. One morning, Arjun told me, he looked at the sunrise and cried. Not because he was from Suyam, or fine but because he had never noticed it before. That boy grew up, went to school, became a teacher, and every year he returns to that village, plants a tree next to Arjun's grave, and sits there in silence. That is the success we don't measure, but the kind that changes lives forever. See, Arjun didn't build skyscrapers, but he built people. He didn't win awards, but he won hearts. He didn't speak in lectures, but his life was a lesson. He didn't leave behind a fortune, but he left behind a legacy. And that's why, even after all these years, people still say, he lived simply, but he lived right. I often think about that boy, now a grown man, sitting by Arjun's grave. No one around, no cameras, no crowd, just a man remembering who gave him his second chance at life. If you ask him what success is, he'll never mention status or possessions. He'll say, success is giving someone hope when they've lost it. That's what Arjun gave me. So if your heart is kind, if your hands are open, if your presence brings peace to even one other soul, then you are more successful than you realize. You see, the world might forget your resume, but it will never forget how you made people feel. I hope you'll remember Arjun, not because he was perfect, but because he was present, because he chose love over and over again, because he understood that success isn't about rising above people, it's about lifting them with you. So the next time you chase something, make sure it's worth catching, and never forget, success isn't something you win, it's something you live. Be gentle with yourself, keep walking, and remember, the journey is the reward.